Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me for this resistance training workout video. We're going to be working a little upper body, a little lower body. It should be pretty quick. So let's get to it. A couple things. You can do this workout sitting down. It's great if you have a kitchen chair. I have a big family, so we do not have kitchen chairs. Surprisingly, we use benches, so it's just more efficient for our space. I do have a stool though, so I'll grab that now. It is preferred though if you have a kitchen chair where the backrest is here at about hip level to hold on to for stability. Um, if you have ankle or wrist weights, these are really great. They're not required. You don't need them. You can use just your body weight, and which I actually suggest you do if this is your first time while we're there. If this is your first video, your first time working out, if you're new to working out, or you're just re-engaging, if you have some mobility issues, I would definitely just start with body weight only. If you're squeezing that muscle group, you should feel it. You should definitely feel that. Anyway, like I was saying, wrist and ankle weights are great, especially if it's painful to grip. You know, if it's painful to grip a dumbbell, these are the way to go. You can find them at your Target, Amazon. This is All Pro brand. I believe you can find that on Amazon. They are not sponsoring this video, obviously. But these are cool because you can adjust the weight. They come with little bars inside. This, with all the little bars, is 2.5 pounds. And you can pull them out and customize them. You make them 1 pound, 2 pounds, whatever you want to do. And then you just strap them on. Some days they're a little harder to get on than others, but mostly it's pretty self-explanatory. Same for your ankles. You just strap them right on. So these are real versatile. I really like these. You can really grab anything. I found these 2-pound weights in the garage. They're like little sand weights, so they're soft. They're not hard. I'll set those aside. Today, I'm going to be using my OG 5-pound weights. These are the first dumbbells I ever got. I bought them at a garage sale a long time ago, and I still use them to this day. I love them. They're my OGs. So I'll be using those today. Let's see. We can get started. Go ahead and grab you also want water. Make sure you have water nearby. Water is important for neuromuscular function. Hydration is important for the brain. Working out is important for the brain, by the way. So if you're doing this, you're doing some brain work and you're awesome. That's good. So let's grab a drink of water while we're here. You don't need a lot, just a sip. Just a sip will do. Let's see. I'm going to put these down for when we do our legs. I really love these for the leg workout. Let's get started. So we will start with legs. Make sure you're warmed up. Hopefully you've done a cardio. I have a quick, really raw cardio, low impact cardio workout in my YouTube channel that you can do prior to this. That'll get your muscles nice and warm. You want to let those muscles know that they're going to be used so that you don't, to prevent injury. So sometimes I like to do some kicks. Have your chair there to hold on to. Maybe watch your surroundings. I'm kicking this sofa chair back here as we speak. So get those moving. I'll just do a couple in case you haven't warmed up yet. You can just take like 3 minutes to warm up those muscles. Again, belly button towards spine. Posture is important. Protecting lower back. You don't want a backache tomorrow. Whoop, lost my balance again. Have your chair nearby for balance. And then we like to do some, I call them hula hips. Get those joints lubricated, synovial fluid flowing through those joints. When we move our body, when we move our joints, that's what gets them lubricated. So you'll notice when you wake up in the morning, you feel creaky. It's because you haven't been moving for a while. So it's important to just get that body moving to get those joints lubricated. That synovial fluid starts flowing through the joints. Anyway, so it's important before we get started. Let's start with we're going to start with our legs. So let's get going. We will be putting our weights on our ankles, but for this first workout, no weights because you won't be able to dorsiflex, which is basically the toes up. So we're working on the front of those ankles, the front calves. And it is better if you have something to hold on to. I'm just going to hold on to this chair here. We're going to come up for 1. Come up for 2, 3, 4. It's a very subtle but very helpful move. 6, 7, 8, squeeze. Up for 9, squeeze. Up for 10, squeeze, and down. Good job. Shake that out, and let's get our ankle weights on. Again, if you don't have ankle weights, or if this is your first class, just use body weight. You'll do just fine. I promise you. Some of these simple workouts are the hardest. I've been doing them for a while. Oh, this is my little kitty. This is a real-time video, so you may see we have 2 cats. One's a kitten, one's a grown cat. You may see them in and out of the video. They're the family pets. We're getting these ankle weights on. And here we go. We're going to go up onto our tiptoes to begin. Again, I wish I had a kitchen chair that I could hold onto the backrest. That would be best. So you want that for stability. Check your posture, belly button towards spine, shoulders back and down, heart raised, ears above the shoulders. We're gonna come up for 1, squeezing those calves. Back up for 2, pause, and down. Up for 3, I'm pretending to hold a chair if you haven't noticed. 4, up for 5, squeeze. Don't take yourself too seriously. 6, up for 7, squeezing the calves. Up for 8, good job. We're gonna do 2 more. Up for 9, and up for 10, squeeze, and down. If you find that your muscles are fatiguing around 6 to 8, you're welcome to stop there. If you feel you can go to 10, definitely go to 10. If it's not challenging you, it's not changing you, and at the same time, if it hurts, don't do it. If it hurts, do not do it. You can always modify the moves. Sit down if you need to. As you can see, you can still sit and do the dorsiflex. You can lift those toes up and squeeze. You can still squeeze your calves while sitting down. So from a seated position, I don't know if you can see that. I can sit here actually. Here's what it would look like. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And this is my first low impact strength training video, so this may go a little slow, and I apologize for that, just for the extra training tips. Again, I don't have a stool, so we're gonna go ahead and actually I'll sit here on my chair, and we're gonna do a knee extensor. So you want to sit toward the front of your chair, tighten that core, or in other words, belly button towards spine. So picture your belly button towards spine. Good posture, and we're just gonna extend that knee and hold. 1, 2, come down slowly. Up again for 2, come down slowly. Up for 3, good. 4, come down slowly. It looks easy, but it's not. 5, come down slowly. If you're doing body weight, I bet you're feeling this. 6, come down slowly. 7, remember to exhale on the work. So when I'm up here, I'm exhaling. I think this is 9. Last one for 10. Good. Come down slowly. I like to wiggle it off or shake it off. And other side. Here we go. Up for 1. Good. Up for 2. Hold and come down slowly. Up for 3. Come down slowly. Up for 4. Good job. Belly button towards spine. Up for 5. Come down slowly. Up for 6. And down. 7. And down. 8. I'm starting to feel it. And 9. Good. And 10. Squeezing those quads. Good job. All right, now we're going to do what we call a sit to stand, and that's basically like a modified squat. And obviously we all can agree that this is a life, like a function that we need, that we would like to have for life, to be able to use these muscles to stand up and sit down. If you're unable to stand up, you're going to squeeze your glutes as I come up. So here we go. You can put your hands over your shoulders like this or this. I prefer to cross mine. And again, check your posture, belly button towards spine. Coming up for 1, squeeze those glutes, and come down slow and controlled. You don't want to plop into your chair. Come up for 2, squeeze those glutes, and come down. Up for 3, squeeze those glutes, and down slow and controlled. You want to really, I think this is 4, you want to really make sure the weight on your feet is dispersed. So throughout the balls of your feet and your heel. I think that's 5, 6, good job. Slow and controlled. 7, squeeze, back down. 8, squeeze, good. 9, remember to breathe. Good. Last one for 10, squeeze, and down. Good job. Way to go. Remember to exhale on the work, and if you feel fatigued, between 6 and 10, feel free to stop. You can definitely do that. Anywhere between 6 and 10. I'm going to 10. You could go to 10, awesome. So with any of these workouts, again, if you feel fatigued, you're welcome to stop, anywhere between 6 and 8. Obviously, you could stop sooner, but I prefer that you don't. I really want you to benefit from this. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and do our knee flexor. Again, a chair with a headrest would be really awesome. I'm going to have to invest in a kitchen chair of sorts, some sort, maybe a folded one. A belly button towards spine, heart raised, shoulders back and down, ears above shoulders. And we're going to go ahead and line up our knees. Make sure your knees are lined up. We're going to lead with the heel. So I don't want to see, you don't want your toe, I don't want to see my toe pointed out. I want it in and lined up. So leading with your heel. And soft standing knee. So the knee that you're standing on, you don't want to lock your knee. I don't want you passing out. Soft standing knee, we're going to come up and squeeze that hamstring. That's the back of your thigh. Up for 2, squeeze. I'm just checking to make sure my foot's in line. 3, I may have already said 3, I'm not sure. 4, this is my pretend chair. Squeeze. Remember, belly button towards spine. 5, 6, good. 7, squeeze, great job. 8, squeeze, and you want to come down slow and controlled. 9, good, squeeze. Last one for 10, squeeze, smile because it makes it easier. Just kidding. Shake that off. Great job. All right, same leg. We're gonna do a hip abductor and hip extensor. So that's abducting. I think about being abducted. Woo! So that's the out, and then extending. So extending that hip, and again, leading with the heel, keeping that foot straight. It's okay if you don't do it perfectly, but if we try to aim to the target, we'll at least get close, right? So do your best to not have your toe pointed out. Try to keep it straight, leading with that heel. Posture good, and I'm reminding you to tuck your belly in as much as I'm reminding myself. So if it seems like a lot, it's because I'm having to remind myself a lot. All right, here we go. Again, wish I had my chair. I'm going to pretend I have a chair here. And we're going to hip abduct and extend. And here we go. 1, squeezing the glute as we go out. That's 1 set. And 2, good. 2, 3, extend, squeeze that glute. 4, extend, squeeze that glute. Abduct for 5, extend. 6, squeezing that glute. 7, and you don't have to go as far as I'm going. If you're right here, that's awesome. Wherever you're at, we're all at different fitness levels. So don't feel like you have to go way out, and if you're not going way out, you're not doing it right. You're doing it right if you're abducting and extending at any level. I think we're on 8. Good, squeezing that glute. 9, squeeze. Last one for 10. Squeeze. Good job. I'm getting a little, what do you call, a little out of breath. So, and this is only 2.5 pounds. And I do exercise regularly. I've been doing this for a long time. So I feel like that should say something. I guess I could just use this. I'll put this over here. These workouts really work. So hopefully you can see me. I'm going to hold on here. And be aware of your surroundings. That doesn't work because that's in the way. Grab a drink of water. Actually, while we're at it, we're going to grab a drink of water. This is real time. This is raw. This is me. Hope you're having fun. Drink of water. All right, here we go. We're abducting and extending, leading with the heel, squeezing that glute as we extend. Here we go. Belly button towards spine. Good posture. Out for 1. Extend. And 2. Extend. 3. Extend. 4. Smile. It makes it better. 5. Extend. 6. Extend and squeeze that glute. 7. Squeezing that glute. 8. And extend. 9. Squeeze the glute. Last one for 10. Squeezing that glute. Great job. Shake that off. And we'll go ahead and do our knee flexor. I'm on my left side, maybe your right side. Just keep using this. And we're going to go ahead and knee flexor. So we're going to flex the knee, again, leading with the heel. Check your posture, belly button towards spine. Here we go. Soft standing knee, so that should not be locked. You don't want to pass out. Soft standing knee, dispersing the weight through the balls of your feet, the heel and the 2 balls. Here we go. Up for 1, squeezing the back of that thigh, and down. Leading with the heel, checking my foot there. 2, 3, have these knees lined up, and down. 4, squeeze. Should be slow and controlled coming down. 5, squeeze. Good. 6, good. 7, great job. 8, squeeze. Belly button towards spine. 9, good. Last one for 10, squeeze. Great job. Shake that off. Good job. All right. I feel like we covered the leg portion of our workout. So let's go ahead and go on to the arms. All right, let's get weights off the ankles and onto the wrist, or if you're using dumbbells, you can go ahead and grab those. You can use a can of soup if you want to. When I got started, I used whatever I could find that had weight. So sometimes that was canned food, sometimes that was jugs, jugs of oil or whatever I could find. So, I mean, I think what's great about exercise is that you really, just get innovative, get creative, use what you have. I've been able to build a collection of certain things over the years, but really when I got started, it was just whatever I could find. All right, I'm going to use dumbbells. Go ahead, get your wrist weights on. I'll use my 5-pound dumbbells, and if this is your first time, I would suggest, again, using just body weight. If you did the legs with just body weight, you'll see it really works. So I would just use body weight until you feel comfortable, till you feel stable, and then add a little weight. Just do a little at a time. There is nothing wrong with small beginnings, as I've been talking about, using my kitchen stuff from my pantry for weights, whatever. It all works. It really all works. All right, let's see. What do we get started with? Start with, if you have wrist weights on, that's great. If you have dumbbells, just use one for now. Check your posture, belly button towards spine, shoulders back and down, ears above shoulders. We're going to start with lateral arm raises, so working the front of your shoulder, also known as the anterior deltoids. Here we go, lateral raises for 1. Hold it for just a moment, come down slowly. And 2, hold. And 3, I'll show you side view. Good. This might be, we'll go with 4. Good job. Again, if you can't go that high, you just go wherever you're able. 6, 7, for 8, Good. Check your posture. Belly button towards spine. 9. The last one for 10. Great job. All right. Other side. Shake that off. Up for 1. You can go ahead and do it this way or this way. It doesn't really matter for this. Up for 3. Down slowly. Up for 4. Come down slowly. 5. Come down slowly. Belly button towards spine. 6. Soft knees. 7. 8. Try not to shrug your shoulders. 9. Good. Last one for 10. And this is just 5 pounds, and I'm feeling it. And this is not my first rodeo. So that says something, right? Like, start small. 2 pounds, no pounds. It's all going to feel good. It hurts so good. All right, we're going to go ahead and do our bicep curls. You can do single arm bicep curls or both. I'm going to go ahead and let's do both, okay? But again, if you feel more comfortable, you can do just one at a time. Sometimes if you start to feel fatigued, switch from doing both to single, and that really can help you. No weight is going to look like this. You're going to come up, squeeze those biceps. You're going to squeeze them and come down slowly. So time under tension also builds muscle. Good. So that's what that's going to look like without weights. And again, you're going to get a workout. If you're squeezing to the best of your ability, you will feel it. All right, here we go. Belly button towards spine, shoulders back and down, ears above shoulders. Try not to scrunch that. Don't try shrugging your, try not to shrug your shoulders. Here we go. Up for 1. Squeeze, down slowly. And 2. Squeeze, down slowly. Again, if you get fatigued between 6 and 10, you can go ahead and stop if you get too fatigued. I want you to challenge yourself. I think this is 4. Squeeze. Sometimes when I'm talking, I lose count. 5. Squeeze. Let's shut side view. 6. Squeeze. 7. Squeeze. Smile. Breathe. 8. Squeeze. 9. Squeeze. Last one. 10. Squeeze. And come down slowly. Great job. Shake that off. Now we're going to work our posterior deltoids and our triceps. You'll want a chair for this. I'll use my stool here. There's a kitty on it. No cats were harmed during the making of this video. Safe and sound. All right, let's see. Here we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to stagger your stance. You should have the back of your chair, like your backrest of your chair, holding it here. That would probably be best. Your neck and back should be aligned, so not hunched over. Hopefully, I don't have a mirror, so hopefully my posture is looking okay. You can let me know. So we're going to extend, squeezing at the hip pocket here, and then extending the tricep. And then we're going to do it again. Extend, squeeze, extend that tricep, squeezing the tricep, and back. So no weight is going to work great. Weight's obviously going to do great, any of it. So whether you have weight or not, you're going to feel it. Just do it. All right, here we go. That is quite low, so that's okay. I'll just do this. All right, again, belly button towards spine. We're going to extend. Maybe you've already, it's fall here, so maybe you've cleaned up your garden beds. I don't know, but imagine pulling, uprooting the flowers, pulling weeds, whatever you got to do to get it right. Here we go. Squeeze at the hip pocket, and then we're going to extend. Hold 1, 2, and come down. That's 1. Back for 2. Hold. Good. 3. Extend, hold. Great job. 4. Extend and hold. Good job. 5. Extend, hold. Good. 6. Extend and hold. Great job. 7. Extend and hold. Great job. You can do this from your chair too. Just kind of get toward the front of it. I think we were on 8. Extend and hold. Good. 9. And if you, if you have a kitchen chair, just go ahead and hold the back of it. Extend, hold. Last one for 10. Extend, hold. Good job. That was kind of clunky, but hopefully you got the gist of it. All right, other side. Let's see, I think I'll just use my legs. Staggered stance, belly button towards spine. Make sure you're not jutting your neck forward, or, make sure your neck and back are in proper alignment. Here we go. Squeeze, extend for 1, 2, good. And 2, extend and hold, good job. And 3, extend and hold, good job. 4, extend and hold, great job. 5, extend and hold, good. 6, extend and hold. Holding it will build those muscles. So if you can't quite feel the muscle, if you're holding it, you're building it. We're going to call this 7. You might get an extra one. I'm sorry about that. Good job. 8, extend and hold, good job. 9, extend, hold, exhale on the work. I'm feeling it. It's hard. It hurts so good. 10, good. Shake that off. Woo, wowza. Okay, we got our anterior deltoids, posterior deltoids. We got our triceps, our biceps. I think we got we hit all the markers there. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do some goal posts, no weight needed. If you add weight, you will find that it is really hard. Typically, maybe once a week, I'll do this with 8 pounds, and it is like, it's a lot. It's a lot for me personally. So I think even just doing no weight is great. And this move is great for your posture, to build those muscles, to have good posture, which we need, as long as we can keep that. So again, belly button towards spine, heart raised, shoulders back and down, ears above the shoulders. We're going to do this squeezing the back of those shoulders. I imagine pinching like a tennis ball between my shoulder blades. That's 2. Let's see. 3, I don't know if you can see that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one for 10. Great job. We're going to shake that off. Let's go ahead and do some stretches real quick. We're going to stretch the back of, not the back, we're going to stretch the front of our shoulders. So stretching the anterior deltoids. You can lace your hands behind your back, or you can grab onto something, pulling the front of those shoulders. We'll hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, depending on how much time you have. Great job, by the way. Like, high five, all kinds of high fives. So good if you did that. Just keep moving. If you did that 3 times a week, it would be so great. And it's simple. And I think, the more you do it, the quicker you can go. You can speed through that workout. All right, we're going to go to the front, stretching the posterior deltoids. Good. Again, 20 to 30 seconds, depending on how much time you have. Remember to breathe. Good job. Should feel it in the back of your shoulders. Great job. You earned it. All right, we're going to come down, add a little shoulder stretch, holding. Good. Good job. All right. Go ahead and come down slowly. Other side. And close your eyes and enjoy the moment if you'd like. I often like to play soothing music, calming music while I stretch. Good. Belly button towards spine. Still got to keep good posture. All right. Coming down slowly, we're going to stretch our triceps. So coming up. Now on this one, you don't want to put your neck forward. You want to keep looking ahead. If you don't have the shoulder mobility to come up here, you can push from there. Whichever's comfortable for you. Some days this is great. Some days this works. And today I'll come from here. Again, belly button towards spine. And come down slowly. Other side. Here we go. Remember to breathe. Good job. Take this time for you. This is your you time. Your me time. You're doing this for you. You're doing this for the people who love you, people that you serve, the people around you. Fitness for life. Doesn't have to be complicated. Basic stuff. Good. But it's good, like, right? It hurts a little. That's good. You want it to challenge you a little bit. Let's see. Let's stretch our neck. So we're going to tilt to one side. Feet should be shoulder width apart. We're just going to give a gentle tilt. And then you take your hand, palm facing away, put it behind your lower back. And if you'd like a little more stretch, you can gently touch the back of your skull. Now you don't have to. I'd be very gentle. This is your neck. And just feel the stretch. And sometimes you can kind of tip your head and find the spot that needs it the most. Hold it there. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Good. Come up slowly and tilt to the other side. Palm facing away, behind your lower back if you'd like. Gentle touch of the back of the skull for added stretch. Good. Come up slowly. Great job. We're going to do some finger flings. Get that synovial fluid flowing through the joints, the finger joints. Great job. Let's take 3 deep breaths and then we'll do our leg stretches. Breathing in all the goodness and letting everything else out. And 2. Last one for 3. Good job. All right, shake that off. And let's go ahead and stretch our legs. I'm going to use my stool. If you have a chair, a kitchen chair, that's best. That would be best. We're going to sit towards the front of your chair. Front corner of your chair. So sit towards the front corner of your kitchen chair. Belly button towards spine. Digging that back toe in. And then you want to try to push your heel toward the floor, like you're trying to touch your heel, that back heel toward the floor. It will never touch the floor, but you'll really feel that stretch throughout your quadriceps, the front of your thighs, and your hip flexors, this area here in front of your pelvis. If you'd like to add an extra stretch, you can reach up. Otherwise, just doing this is great. If this feels good to you, stay here. I'll go ahead and show both. Again, pushing that heel back, 20 to 30 seconds. Belly button towards spine. All right, come up slowly. Great job. All right, opposite front corner of your chair. I have a kitty joining me. He's a kitten, so right now his thing, if he wants attention from you, he will latch onto your ankle. He will latch onto your ankle and start grabbing and nibbling on you. So hopefully he does not do that. Or maybe he does, and it will give you some comedy, some, what is it? Comedic relief. All right, so back toe digging into the ground, pressing the heel toward the floor. It will never touch it, but the idea is to push it to get that stretch through the front quad. And you can reach for extra stretch, holding onto the back of your chair. I do not have a backrest here, but if I did, I would be holding the back of it. So I'm just going to hold my stool here. Yep, there he goes. He wants attention. Hi, buddy. If you like kittens and exercise, this is the video for you. We'll hold it for 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up slowly. Good job. Oh, yeah, I really felt that. All right, let's go on to go ahead and stand up and get behind your chair. And this is my stool. We're going to stretch the gastrocnemius muscle. So that's the long calf muscle. And yeah, that's not quite high enough. So maybe I'll try this here. So hopefully if you have your chair, you want to be holding the backrest. And you'll just be pressing. You should feel it throughout the length of your calf. Again, good posture matters. Holding it for 20 to 30 seconds. Feeling it through the length of your calf. Good job. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up slowly. All right, other side. I've got some obstacles going on here. Be sure your space is clear, that you're aware of your surroundings so you don't fall. All right, other gastrocnemius, long calf muscle. Again, so if I had my chair, I'd be holding it here. You're feeling it throughout. Hopefully you can see this part. I'm not sure I'm in the video right now. Again, raw, real, unedited. But I'm putting it out there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, come up slowly. Good job. Okay, now we're going to stretch the hamstring, so the back of the thigh. So bringing that toe up. It's better if, again and again, I'll have to get a kitchen chair, but holding the backrest. So for that support, so you're not hunched over. I'm okay like this. I'll be okay. And we're just feeling it through the hamstring, the back of the thigh. Good job. Belly button towards spine, breathing, enjoying this stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up slowly and change legs. So other leg. Feeling the stretch throughout the hamstring, the back of the thigh. Breathing. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Come up slowly. And we'll go ahead and get the inner thighs. I'll show you from the side. So having the back of your chair, you're going to lean to one side. You should feel it through that inner thigh. Show you from this way. So we're leaning. Good job. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up slowly and change sides. Feeling it through that inner thigh, that extended leg. Good job. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up slowly. That concludes our workout, our strength training, our stretching. A little bonus stretching there. It's important. Helps you perform better, helps you stay limber. We're going to go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. So breathing in all the good, all the oxygen, and exhaling toxins. Toxins leave our body through our exhale. That includes fat cells. So get exhaling. Here we go. Breathe in through your nose, all the goodness. And exhale. Good. Last one. Great job. High five, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for this. I really enjoyed it. And we can only get better, right? Great job. You're awesome.